So, 4th of October 2020. What that exact date remind us? Well, I believe all of us were sitting at home trying to escape pouring during Corona. But at that time, there were many people in another side of the world. There were some people trying to study, some people trying to survive, living, feeding their children. And one of them was my friend, who followed his dreams and ambitions like the rest of us and traveled and got a scholarship in a different country to study his beloved major, biochemical engineering. He believed he can change the world. But within 20 seconds, everything went black. Everything. All his dreams, ambitions, life itself. And that brings me to my topic today, which is called anthropogenic catastrophe. What's anthropogenic exactly? Well, it basically means human-made, us. And catastrophe, disaster. So anthropologic hazards, it's everything that humans do, which cause disaster. Lots of this, like war, like chemical, like all what my friends talked about and even more. Like the Tacoma Bridge. That was a bridge in DC, Washington, which was so narrow and collapsed due to the wind. And it cost $10 billion. All of that because just the engineer didn't want to make consideration for responsibility of high wind. And that likely no one died, just a car collapsed. So. And the other one that we all knows about, bombing in Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which caused 80,000 deaths of life and another 140,000. That sounds like a drama, like a lot of it. Many people died. And Chernobyl, which my friend talked about so much, that was in 1986. That accident happened and it killed over 200,000 people. But same as us, but indirectly, due to the poisons, the radiation, and everything else. So I think we just finished with this. We say, it's globally. It's not for us. It's not going to happen for us. But well, the last one was in Beirut, a couple of months ago. 3,000 tons of nitrate ammonium and titanium just could burn it. And more than 210 actually people died. And 80 people got lost and more than 65 people got injured. One of the people who died, he was my friend, who traveled there to follow his ambitions. And he died without even knowing why. That because of some worker in this factory, he just opened light to see what's going on in there. He was uneducated, he was unknowledgeable. He didn't know that that could cause such catastrophe. Well, some people say as long as it's away from us, then it's fine. Which is not actually, because it happens even in Hungary. 2010. Think about those numbers. 10, 150, another tens of stuff. Those 10 was how many Hungarian people died in Ica. And the 150 was the people got injured. And millions of US dollars. It's called the Red Mud accident. It was in Hungary. I went to Red Mud in 2010, 4th of October. It sounds like the same age. Took a place near Ica. And contaminated a vast area with pH2, which is poison. And it caused lots of radiation to the metal salt. And actually it was like around billions of foreigns that got destroyed. But how did they solution? How was the solution for it? Well, there was a possible solution by changing the upper 10 centimeters of the soil who got infected. And that would cost like millions of dollars to save it before it poisoned much more and get to the Danube. But what actually the problem was treated? That's a question that we need to ask ourselves to learn from it. What exactly happened is Hungary just left it to time. The best solution that they found is leaving the environment to heal by itself. But let's just think about this, leaving the environment to heal by itself. What if it's the opposite, and the environment itself telling us as humans, you heal by yourself during this pandemic that we're all living in, and all the catastrophes. What's going to happen? Will we even survive it? Will we even survive living on ourselves and this planet without the environment? I don't think so. So what do we think could be a solution? First of all is education. Education is really, really important. Think about us. I believe, me myself, I didn't have any idea about most of those topics and how hard it is. And those global issues that causing and happening to every one of us till I came here. So I believe that was really good opportunity for us for awareness. Also, we need to hold some workshops, and this, like, one of the really interesting stuff, it happens in Japan. While the earthquakes that used to happen like yearly, what did they think about it? They were just always doing a recovery plan to escape what if catastrophe happened? How should we deal with it? And they keep doing it like monthly till earthquakes happens, really. And they built some kind of housing resistance for the earthquakes. So you could be living in your flat and the earthquakes happen and nothing happened. Because of the engineer who designed that house, or the architect, he made it resistance for some kind of rate in Richter for earthquakes. And I believe we should also all do this. And that brings me actually to Sandra. She said something really interesting in the second presentation. She said that we need to spend almost 153 billions of dollars yearly, just if we don't have insects. And actually, there was a really great man, his name is Salt Jonas. He said something nice. He said, if all insects disappeared from Earth or vanished, we will all die within just 50 years. But if humans died, all kind of life is gonna flourish within the same 50 years. And the biggest problem is, we don't believe that we must take an action for all of this. We always think that, someone else should take an action. But the greatest threat to our planet now is that we believe someone else needs to take an action, but we must take it ourselves and take it immediately. Thank you.